Late this afternoon over at the hotel. A look at the starting lineups. Rick Hamilton back in the starting lineup for the Wizards with Chris Whitney, Christian Laettner, Jahidi White, Michael Jordan up front. So Jordan back at the small forward position. There's the rookie Jamal Tinsley, who's played so well in the backcourt with Reggie Miller, Jermaine O'Neal. Jeff Foster's done a good job, and Jalen Rose on the front line.
His bench, he said it's almost like we have to get our backs up against the wall before we decide that we're going to play defense and dig in. And those 4 games you mentioned, they're down, large number of points, then start to play aggressively at the defensive end.
Reggie Miller getting the step. He beat Hamilton. Jordan is kind of just another guy on the court, letting the other guys find the range, does not touch the ball.
And believe me, he has no problem with that with the Wizards up in the game.
Jalen Rose. Chris Whitney trying to use the pick, shooting over Tinsley. Tinsley with the lead for Foster, who beats White down the court, and that a concern. Indiana Pacers started the season, as we mentioned earlier, at 6-2, an NBA franchise best start, and then they dropped the 4 in a row. Jermaine O'Neal missing 3 of those 4 games. Here's O'Neal going back there. Good start at the offensive end for Christian Laettner, who has 7 of the 12 Washington points.
And if you're Doug Collins right now, you're a little happy that Laettner and Hamilton both have gotten off well, and there goes Rose from that corner hitting that same jump shot he just hit a few.
Tinsley protects that dribble so well. Now being played by Jordan. Foster again wide open, able to. And Hubert Davis has come out for Chris Whitney. Hubert back from a torn right hamstring. Had a big game against Charlotte the other night. 7 for 12, 18 points. This only his 3rd game back since he's returned from the injured list. Tinsley with his first bucket. Jamal Tinsley putting moves on Richard Hamilton and hits.
There you see the ability.
Richard Hamilton appreciated by Doug Collins. After 1, it's the Pacers 26 and the Wizards 23. Good start for Tinsley.
In the starting lineup, because the big reason Doug wanted to do it, not an overwhelming power small forward for the Pacers. They could match up a little bit differently and get Hamilton back in the lineup.
Reggie Miller running the floor.
Popeye with the foul.
Jones has played 13 minutes, 8 points, 7 rebounds.
Again, the 1-2-2 zone. This time, Laettner up on top, and poor coverage on the back line. Popeye, he knows. He's pointing to himself, saying, "My fault." He went out to guard the corner.
Is there?
Maybe they should grab it and put it back in rather than trying to tip it. Just a small little fundamental.
It's pretty good behind the back move by Tinsley. Now Rose with the shot. As the 2 youngsters on the floor, Bender and Harrington. Here's Bender. It counts, and the foul. Jonathan Bender, 20 years old. First-round draft pick, the 5th overall selection back in 1999 with a nice move. By that career-high 29 in the Pacers' last game in the win over Atlanta.
Well, you mentioned earlier that he had a big game, and sometimes, youngsters can lose sight of exactly what their roles are. As Jalen Rose hits that corner jump shot.
Hamilton played by Miller. Forced into a very difficult shot by Reggie. Here's Tinsley. Nice feed. Somehow able to get it to Foster.
And here's the fast break. We're talking about Tinsley with the court awareness, looking right, knowing he's got a big man running hard left. Finds Foster with the feed and the layup.
What a pickup this young man was. Tinsley, a first-round pick of the Grizzlies, traded to Atlanta, then dealt to the Pacers on draft night. There were a lot of question marks about Tinsley just prior to the draft. Did not look particularly sharp during those preseason court in a hurry. Al Harrington is back on the floor. Harrington, Foster, and O'Neal now up front. Jalen Rose sitting down after picking up his 4th. Tinsley with the runner. So the Pacers.
You talk about dribble penetration. You can see how the lane just opens up, and then Tinsley with the ability to penetrate and shoot that little floater on the move winds up with an easy score.
It counts, and the foul. Good look for Miller to set it up. And Whitney called for the foul.
It's just a matter of the man who throws the inbounds pass moving without the basketball. Tinsley passes and then cuts right to the basket when he sees his man jump towards Reggie Miller. The return pass, and now the opportunity to go to the free throw line to complete the play.
That's a nice-looking stat line, although, as we mentioned right at the start of this second half, probably Hamilton off the inbounds. So Richard Hamilton drills it. He now has 11, and the Pacers lead by 2.
This is another one of those tests that the Wizard team will face during the year. Things are going well as Reggie launches a 3, moving to his left this time, and hits it.
5 remaining in the third. Indiana Pacers at 7 and 6. They started the year 6 and 2. Miller again.
Reggie has looked back more than just one time at Jahidi White with some shots that Jahidi has delivered.
It counts, and the foul. And he'll go to the line.
They have given O'Neal the ball on the right baseline. He likes that side of the floor, and he has certainly produced a number of key baskets here down low.
He does everything Mark Jackson does other than post up right now because he doesn't have the size as Mark had. But as of seeing the floor, he could live with 2 points and 15 dimes, as well as 20 points and 15 dimes. It doesn't matter to them all. He just wants to win, and he wants to get everyone to basketball and get everyone involved.
Well, people here in Indianapolis are comparing Jamal Tinsley to ex-Indiana Pacer Mark Jackson for his leadership skills and court vision. Stockton. 2.5 remaining in the third. Davis lost the dribble. Miller for Tinsley gives it up. That's assist number 17 as he is able to find Al Harrington on the breakaway. So that equals a season high.
And you see Doug Collins dropping his head for a second, wiping the back of his neck as Michael goes to the rim and will have an opportunity to finish the three-point play. That was the third. He turned and looked at him and he said, "Don't leave Davis." That's all he said, "Don't leave Davis."
Hubert 3 of 4 from downtown. Reggie Miller with the touch. 13 points for Reggie, 6 of 9 from the field, and Indiana leads by 3. Jordan's pass batted away. Another turnover for the Wizards. Tinsley goes behind the back. It counts, and a foul. What a play by Jamal Tinsley.
That pass was a little bit behind Hamilton in the lane. As a result, the turnover, and now we see the opportunity here for the pass or the fake pass. Go behind the back, complete the play yourself. You think he's coming right back again to Harrington with that pass. Instead, he keeps it, finishes, and goes to the line.
And is able to hit the free throw. That's an NBA season high of 8.
Many years ago, remember, he threw it around his arm.
Tinsley again. The Wizards have no answer for the penetration skills of Jamal Tinsley. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 18 assists. That's an NBA season high. Here's another look at one of the sensational plays of the season.
They never drop down the way Chicago has, for example, the way Milwaukee did, the way Philly did for a number of years. We get the lock pass to Jermaine O'Neal to start off the fourth quarter. Donnie Walsh has turned this team over, kept a couple key guys, Reggie Miller, Jalen Rose, and then rebuilt it. You have 9 youngsters here.
They start, and it's costly. They now trail by 8, 83-75. Here's Hamilton, an off-balance, difficult shot. And Tinsley on the run. The lead for Miller. Back it goes. Touch pass to O'Neal.
In under the backboard, the ball bounced long. It gave the Wizards a second shot opportunity.
Jordan gambled, went for the steal in this fourth quarter. Indiana back to the offense, up by 6.
When you run the lane on the fast break that way, do you use glass or rim? And there's the beautiful drop-off pass for the easy score inside by O'Neal. Going back to Hamilton's shot.
99-91.
Hubert Davis got caught. He wanted to run over the top of the screen. O'Neal moved the screen up higher. Just as Davis was trying to go over, Rose faded to the corner. Wide.
The fact that the rookie Jamal Tinsley with 23 assists now has set an all-time Indiana Pacer assist record. Don Busey had it for the ABA days of 20. Jalen Rose once had a 20-assist record, and Tinsley is 1 rebound away from his first ever triple-double in the NBA.
Because of his ability to find his open teammates at the right moment, the team is shooting over 51% from the floor, so you've got to be happy with the fact that this young man is willing to give it up, even though he knows he has the ability to score points when they need him.
15 points, 9 rebounds, 23 assists.
Happened at that moment. Doug may have said, you know, we've got a minute and 5 seconds remaining. We're down only 6 points going into it. Let's play some defense and try and get a stop. But when it happens that way, what are you going to do?
Here's Jordan. Although when you hit one on the remarkable play of Indiana's rookie point guard, Jamal Tinsley, who now, we're told, has a triple-double, getting credit for a 10th rebound. He has 17 points, 10 rebounds, and a NBA season high of 23 assists. His first ever NBA career double. Would have brought the Wizards within 4. Hubert Davis had hit 6 3-pointers.
You can't ask for a much better shot. He's wide open. The guy had hit, 6 already, and you get him a wide open look like that.
Standing ovation for Jamal Tinsley. Pretty nice follow-up to the career-high 29-point game Tuesday night against Atlanta.